Right, Mika. What's your scariest problem, mate?
Big scariest problem, mate. Actually, two scariest problems. Scariest problem number one is that I actually haven't got a fucking clue if today's guest is a biathlete that's really good in cross country skiing or if he's actually a cross country skier that's a bit good in biathlon every now and then. That's scariest problem number one. And scariest problem number two is if it's the first thing, um, then Einar Hedegart is actually the only biathlete that I'm kind of a bit careful about with talking too much shit about because he might actually end up beating me in some races.
Yeah, fuck, that's true. Well, anyway, you sort of semi-presented him, so we've got Einar Hedegard on the podcast now. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. It's an honor to be here.
Yeah, we've given him a
But
bit of
can
shit
you?
the last few weeks, so I thought it was a good idea to bring him in.
Yeah, I see that you like to talk about me.
But have we given him shit?
Yeah, you made fun of him for going really shit whenever he's got a rifle on his back, and then going really good whenever he didn't have a rifle on his back.
I mean, there is some truth to that, no?
Yeah, it's some truth, but I mean, I haven't really got the chance to show off my potential in biathlon, so I think you talk. Yeah, you have been really rude to me, Mika.
Nah, I think it's not so bad. I think you'll survive it. You'll survive it. Um, is this weekend? It's biathlon opening in geilo. So is it this weekend that you're gonna decide if you're actually a cross country skier that does biathlon every now and then, or if you're a biathlete that does cross country skiing every now and then?
Well, last year I was a biathlete the whole year who did better in cross country, but I've changed my approach this year. So this year I'm neither.
Yeah.
I'm just yeah. If you beat me, now if I beat you, that's a shame, because I'm not doing your sport. That's my approach this year.
Yeah, so no, it's gonna be good if you're good in both of them, but if you end up being a bit shit in both of them, that's gonna be
That's how it's
worse.
supposed to be. No.
Yeah, but just to give a little bit of background to our listeners, you're a biathlete, been racing biathlon since I guess you were young, and then you had kind of a breakthrough when you were in 2023 in Holmenkollen, and you got to do World Cup for biathlon, and then you did really good, and then in 2024 you were doing the sprint at Blink, and you won the sprint. And like I remember talking to Shanava, and he was like, "Yeah, I was sprinting all I could, and I just got dropped like I was a little kid." So then you decided, "Oh, maybe I'm not so shit in cross country. Maybe I'll try to give it a shot to go maybe the skate sprint and Trondheim World Champs." And then you ended up doing a few races at the start of the season for cross country. Got to do the World Cup in Lillehammer for cross country for Norway, which is already in itself pretty good achievement because you won the Norwegian Cup in Geilo. And then we didn't really see you on World Cup so much after that, but then suddenly you took part in the World Cup in Holmenkollen after the World Champs in Trondheim, and you were second on the race and pretty close to winning. And everyone was like, "Oh, what the fuck? We all got beaten by a fucking biathlete." So, was that
That
correct?
was a really good resume. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, that's correct. And it have been a lot of like luck in this picture, because as you mentioned, Blink was just random that I participated, because I was actually going biathlon, but then it was this mixed rally. So,
Yeah.
but we had no girls on our team, so I was just, fuck it, I will go the sprint in cross country and see how it goes, and then end up winning. And then at Gora, it was also a coincidence that I was racing the 10K. I was supposed to only race the sprint there and look at my chances.
Yeah.
And then, like in the last minute, actually after the deadline, I was asking if I could participate there as well, and then end up winning. And after that, I was, doing a little bit more cross country.
Yeah.
So it would have been a
There
lot of
does
coincidences.
But does doing a little bit more of cross country mean that you just did fuck all biathlon?
No, I have always trained a lot of biathlon throughout the years, but this year I have definitely taken that approach. Yeah, I have shot a lot less shots than I ever used to do.
Yeah,
But
because I
it
feel
is
like
a bit weird because I think you're known for not skiing insanely fast in biathlon, and yet you're one of the best cross country skiers on earth when you don't have a rifle on. Like, what's the reasoning behind it? Do you have an explanation for that yourself, or?
just saying, like, are you hearing the compliments now? So when Einar's not on the podcast, like, oh, he's so shit with a rifle on, and now he's like, oh, I know you're like one of the best skiers on earth.
Yeah, you can hear that Mika has a little soft spot for me. Yeah,
Yeah,
he likes me a little bit. That's his way of
Only a little bit,
flirting.
only a little bit.
Yeah.
You're hitting on me, Mika. But anyways,
I
yeah, I
kind of
think
am. You're a handsome guy.
But to start off, the level in biathlon has been really high, also as in cross country. So it's impossible to crush the other competitors in the cross country part in biathlon as well. So that's one reason, and the other I think is I'm probably better with my technique is probably better without the rifle, and I think I'm better. It's better for me to go 10K without brakes.
Yeah.
I think I solved that better.
Because that's what I was gonna ask. Because like biathlon, I feel is a bit like you're kind of pushing like semi hard for like half of the race, and then once you do the last shoot, and then you just go like kind of all out for the last 2K or whatever.
Yeah, but I also feel it's quite normal to open really hard. Johannes Tingesbø did that, many times, and took the opening with many seconds, and just, some days it held all the way to the finish line, but sometimes it was, he got a little decline in his performance throughout the loops, but you go above the threshold, I feel like 80% of the time in biathlon, but in a 10 skate, it's more about keeping the lactate sustainable throughout. Maybe the last 2K can go a little bit above, but you get the brakes in biathlon that makes sure that you can go a little bit harder when you first ski.
Yeah.
It's also quite important to get the brakes, I feel, because if you look at the average skiing level in biathlon, then lots of people just need brakes.
Yeah, I will not talk about. Many biathletes definitely needs a brake. Yeah, but the Norwegian ones, I don't know. They don't need it, but we appreciate it. It's nice to lay down in the middle of the race, and I like it. And then you also can do the last 100 meters before the shooting. You can go really slow, and that is really nice to get those breaks.
Yeah.
I like that a lot more than cross country.
But actually, we should maybe say for our listeners what is biathlon called in Norway. It's called ski shitting. That is exactly what it's called, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true. Isn't that if you plot it in Google Translate, that's what comes out, right?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Or it comes out also of every Norwegian's mouth. Ski shitting. Or
nobody in Norway has ever
different,
called it biathlon.
No, we call it ski skitting,
which means ski
skitting.
Yeah,
but it sounds,
shitting.
But the way you say it, it does sound like ski shitting. Anyway, that was
but
that was a rant. Good, good one, Jimmy.
Yeah, thanks.
But it's you've been training with cross country team this year with Team Anlegøst in Lillehammer. You've gone on lots of altitude camps. I know for a fact that you train like an imbecile. How's the feeling? Well, it's like 3 days before the season starts for you now. Are you gonna hit some targets, or are you just gonna prepare for Beito and use this race as a kind of warm up?
Well, I've said that this is kind of my Munu. This is just a warm up to Beito. But yeah, you never know if I will hit the targets or not. You didn't know when I was a biathlete, and you don't know now either. So who knows? I don't know myself. But I feel actually that I'm a better shooter this year than last year, even though I have trained a lot less. And I'm pretty sure my shape is good, even though I just came down from altitude. I had this hard session today, and it was quite good. So I think the pace will be all right, and I feel quite confident in my shooting, but it will not be the best, obviously, because I haven't trained a lot of shooting. But maybe I'm happy with 8 or 9 targets down, but I know for a fact that it can get a lot worse than 8 or 9 hits.
Yeah.
Have you done a lot of intervals with a rifle on your back?
Yeah, quite a lot actually. That is quite similar to the previous years, but just the slow combination training and like shooting without the skiing. I have not done that, almost nothing of that throughout the whole year. So definitely my abilities haven't gotten that much better in the kind of precision shooting, but I think I'm better with high intensity shooting.
Okay. But this is like I feel like every time I've seen you training in Lillehammer, you either shooting or doing like some fucking hard intervals. Like it seems like you're fucking doing like 10 times 1 minute like all the time.
Okay, I take that as a compliment
Yeah.
because I have almost no really hard sessions. I always are below 3 in lactate on the first sessions.
What?
And, yeah. And,
I'm sure I've seen you doing some like proper hard training. Like
no, that's not a lot. Maybe some,
okay.
but often my second sessions is a little bit harder. But then I often are in Møllefabrikken or yes, if you
Treadmill.
Yeah, on the treadmill. Yeah.
Okay.
And some of them are also at Birken with the combination, but most of my training are under 3 in lactate, so I'm not going that hard.
Yeah.
But
okay.
maybe I think
No, then maybe I'm just really slow and you look really fast compared to me. But that's actually something I was gonna ask you about this. So this coming season is like, give us the run through of your like dream season, the setup of your
Okay.
dream season.
so. Let's start with the criteria to qualify for the World Cup in Biathlon. That is impossible for me because they have filled up every spot. So my dream scenario is to take 2 podiums at geilo now this weekend, and then they have to take me out. I feel like
Yeah.
they have to change the rules if one person takes podium both days. And then I go to Beito, win the 10K. And then I can say fuck you to one of the persons who take me out to World Cup because I can't do both. So then
Yeah.
maybe I say no to biathlon and or
Good
maybe
choice.
I take cross country. I don't know. We'll see. But that's my dream scenario, and yeah, like it would be fun to race both biathlon and cross country in World Cup. But I don't think that's not my goal. But my goal is definitely to do it good in Beito, and we'll see how it goes this weekend as well.
And then moving after, okay, you get to go to Ruka, and then you get to do Trondheim, Davos. What's the goal there? After like, are you okay? I'm gonna ask the question. Are you aiming for Olympics?
Well, I think as many other Norwegians, that's definitely the dream. I know that it's hard. Nossum has said that it is really hard when you only do basically one distance, but that's definitely the dream goal. And but then I have to win many races and be kind of outstanding as well, I think.
Yeah, that's kind of what I feel is like if you want to be able to go to the Olympics to just do the skate sprint, the skate 10K and the relay, you need to be winning most of the World Cups.
I think so.
Distance.
But also I think if I get a chance to do a sprint, I think it could be not that bad, and I think a team sprint would suit me really good. So that's also kind of a loophole.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I have to get the opportunities, and that's definitely nothing I have trained for. So
Yeah.
yeah.
You could do the classic sprint though in Beito.
Yeah, I have. I actually checked my diary this morning, and I have been doing 11 and a half hours of classic this year since 1st of May. So
And
I'm ready for.
Wait, but then you trained like at least 2 hours since Livigno, because in Livigno you told me you only did 9 hours.
Yeah, I had one session. But it's important I haven't skied on the classic skis yet, because I have to get the easy way out of the hills, so I can
yeah.
You actually
get the
you
break.
just changed brands from Fisher to Salomon. Do you actually even have Salomon classic skis, wax skis?
I have one pair, but I haven't removed the wax yet. It was with me the whole camp in Livigno, but I didn't remove the wax.
That's hilarious. Do you have skin skis?
No, actually not. I
Yeah.
didn't get them. That's maybe why I haven't removed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't want to do the clister.
I feel like whenever you see biathletes training, doing classic, the 90% of the time they'll be wearing skin skis.
Yeah, definitely. And well, maybe not that much in Lillehammer, because it's easy to.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but where I'm from, we only had skin skis.
Yeah, where are you from?
I'm a little bit north of Trondheim,
Okay.
so it's yeah, in the middle of the country, really.
What is it called?
Innerøy. It's the same commune as Petter Northug, actually. So yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay.
What? But was there not some commotion over, or I don't even know if it was commotion, but some stories about you joining team Burger King Nordic, and then you kind of didn't because you pied them off for Anlegg Øst. What was up with that?
No, it was not a big deal with that. But after I signed with Anlegg Øst, I just chatted with Petter, and he said, yeah, kind of like, yeah, you have to join us, and then I already signed. But anyways, I think it's for the best that I have found Anlegg Øst. It's a really good team with 9 weeks in altitude this year, so I'm really happy with my choice. Anyways.
Yeah.
I actually am saying the whole summer already. Anlegg Øst is for me bigger than Landslaget. Anlegg
Yeah.
Øst is the shit.
I agree.
To be fair, they've done a fucking good job with like seems like training. Everybody's training fucking hard on the team, and everybody's trying to push their limits. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see if it pays off on the races.
Yeah, I really look forward to see the whole team in Beito. I think it can be. Yeah, I think we have taken some steps, and yeah, you never know, because training and competition is very different. But we definitely have tried our best, and almost no sickness this season, and yeah, everything has gone really as planned, and for me at least. So I really hope that it will make a little bit different. Well, make me a little bit better this year than last, but we'll see.
But how is actually the setup on Anlegg Øst? Because it's like from the boys side, it's you and Kasper Herland, and then there's like some good girls on the team as well. But Emil, the guy that's traveling with you around to all the altitude camps and supporting you on sessions, is he like also coaching all of you guys, or is everybody using their own coach? What's the deal there?
We have one girl who uses another coach, but all the others are using Emil. And as of for me, I plan a lot of my training myself, but also I talk quite a lot with Emil to like discuss how to solve things. But yeah, I think Emil is doing a lot of work, because he is the trainer. He's he like drives down to Livigno and buys all the food, the groceries, and are on every session with us. And yeah, he does a lot of job, and he's also a good coach and technique coach as well. So yeah.
But I feel like I okay, this is maybe a feeling from the outside, but I feel like they were a decent team before, but now this year they've all started training like lunatics, basically. In other words, like doing like these like like 5-6 hard sessions in a week, and
Yeah, I don't know how they trained last year, but I think they started a little bit with the double threshold. But this year it has been double threshold throughout the whole year, two
Yeah.
times a week. So for everyone, and I don't know if that's because of me or if that was the plan, but yeah, it's getting trained really well on the team. So yeah, as I said, I really look forward to see how this season opener is gonna be, because we have been training good, but maybe we have trained wrong. Who knows?
Yeah, or the
Nah,
feeling
but you
I
definitely
have.
didn't train wrong.
Yeah.
Because I can share that on the podcast here. I think definitely Kasper is in really good shape. It's a bit tough to say about you. I think you're in good shape as well. But the one session we did together, call Solomon. They should give you some proper skis.
I've gotten a lot
Mhm.
of good skis, I hope, but I've just not. That was a really shit pair, and I have had been skating with them the whole camp and hadn't. I got just a glider who was on from the Solomon, so it
Yeah.
didn't really was. It wasn't the best skis, but I hope my shape is better than I showed that day.
Yeah, but honest question actually. What do you feel at the moment? Who's leading? You also don't have to answer if you don't want to. But performance-wise, right now, who you think is leading the team? Obviously, I would say Einar Hedegart, but I just feel that Kasper Herland's done such a big improvement. He was skiing so well on the session we did together.
Yeah, he's really good, and I really think he has stepped up his training and professionality. So I think he's in good shape, but well, I have to say me, because I have skied past him every single session this year. It's only the last sessions on skis where he has beaten me, and well, I hope it's the skis, but who knows? Maybe he's just in great shape now as the snow has come. But yeah, I know for a fact that he's in really good shape, and I think he will do a good improvement this year. But
He's also one of the first listeners of the pod. We have to say that I remember when we released the first episode ever, and a day later, we had on Strava Casper Herlon written oh, just listen to Skiri's problems, blah blah blah, and it's bit of pride. So he's a good friend of the pod. So yeah, it's nice to give him some compliments.
yeah, he love you guys.
Yeah.
He listens to every episode, and he's the one who tells me when you are talking about me, and then I have to go in and listen as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got a warm spot in our heart reserved for him. So we hope he's gonna lead on Legust. Sorry, Einar.
Yeah, I mean that's okay, Mika. I'm used to you talking shit, so I know that you're not the biggest fan of me, so that's okay.
I am actually but that's a fun thing because I actually am. I'm fucking impressed by how fast you skate and how good you technically skate as well.
Oh my god, boys, just get a room, just get it done with.
I said that you were hitting on me.
But so so we're here in the geilo, and it's opening this weekend, and so I was skiing around a bit and chatting with some biathletes, and so now we have opening this weekend, and then you have 1 weekend off, and then it's the opening World Cup in Östersund, and you guys are starting with a relay, and then an individual team, individual relay as well, right? So
Well,
the
I
World
have
Cup,
no
that's
idea.
yeah. Well, that I'm telling you, mate. That's how the World Cup starts. It starts with a relay. How nuts is that? The first weekend of races is 2 relays.
Yeah, that's weird, and it's a lot of relays throughout the whole season in Biatlon, and I honestly don't know why, but I think the old people loves relay. I don't think it's doing really good on TV with the numbers. But for me personally, I like the individuals best. But I think it's doing good numbers, probably in Germany and France, and probably in Norway as well. But I think the older people loves it.
Just in cross country, we do not have a single relay this season. right? Yeah,
But
no relay.
yeah, but I
And
think
only team sprints.
I think one of the things that biathlons figured out much better than cross countries, they have like all these standard formats that they just do basically on repeat, kind of in cycle. And also in relays, I think what's a strong point for biathlon relays is that the factor of luck, it just quadruples, because how often do you shoot? Like what? Everybody shoots twice, so you shoot 8 times in total. And like when you shoot
Yes.
8 times in total, a luck can go wrong, but also a luck can go right for people that usually wouldn't be up there. So I think it just opens up the opportunity to do well for so many nations. And also one thing they've understood is if you do relays, then you don't put fucking 2 relays of Norway up. Like,
Yeah, that multiple nation teams is I don't get it, or like teams per nation is a thing in cross country, and it's a bit weird. It's like that, I think.
Yeah, and but in biathlon we all often have like a team sprint, well, a team rally and a single mixed rally. Well, a single mix and a mix rally. So it's
Yeah,
2 rallies on one day.
relay even.
Relay. Rally.
Rally is like rally driving. Isn't
Okay, okay.
it? You're not that fast.
Relay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But then is it not a bit like there's one relay that counts a bit more than the other? Like there's the real event, and then there's a slightly shitter one.
Yeah, maybe I haven't really. No, I don't know.
Yeah.
he doesn't really watch biathlon because he thinks,
Yeah,
he
it
thinks
sounds like he
biathlon
doesn't give a
sucks.
fuck.
No, but actually that's kind of fun. I think it's when I moved to Lillehammer, I didn't know any biathlete almost. So that was when I started watching it on TV as well. It was like 4 years ago. So I didn't really watch it on TV. Just was doing it, and yeah, I've grown up in Petter Northug era, and then that was the biggest thing to watch when he was racing. And over the years, I've switched from being a cross-country fan to more of a biathlon fan on TV because it's actually more fun to watch.
Yeah, but now you're going back to now you don't even know. So you knew what was happening in Rukia, but you didn't know what was happening in Östersund.
No, because
So that's good then.
Yeah, but I have no chance of going to Östersund because of the criteria.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I know it's a 20k mass start in Ruka. That's
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
And
what you're
then
going for.
yeah, and also the nice thing about biathlon is that we have this IBU Cup that is the Division 2, but in cross country that is the same as Scan Cup, but everyone can participate in Scan Cup in cross country. But in IBU Cup you have to be qualified as well. So that also is a big goal for me to go internationally. And it's also quite a lot of prize money actually in IBU Cup.
Yeah. We don't really have an equivalent.
Is it not
of
even on
IBU Cup.
television?
No, it's not. So it's
Is it-
sometimes it gets streamed, but not every
streamed.
time as well. Yeah, but not every time.
Okay.
But it's
Yeah,
a really
okay.
good concept because you can kind of live out of biathlon even though you're doing the second division. So
Yeah, that is pretty good actually.
yeah, and I've talked to
That's very
some
good.
people about Scan Cup, how little money that is in the competition.
I think there didn't used to be any prize money on Scan Cup until like a few years ago.
Oh.
Which is like
Yeah.
crazy. Scan Cup is like the equivalent of like whether they have Super Cup in the US and like OPA in the Alpine regions.
Yeah.
So it's like Continental Cup they call it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
but-
actually talking to Didrik Tønseth the other day about like prize money stuff. So I think Scan Cup and Norwegian Cup for me it's basically the same thing because honestly the same people are in top 10. It's very rarely that you see a non-Norwegian in top 10 in the Scan Cup. Very rarely.
Or maybe Swedish in the
but then-
girls.
Or maybe in the girls. Okay, sorry, I was talking about the men's categories, but Yeah, okay, but then you go to Norwegian Cup, and then if you win a Norwegian Cup, you get what, 3,000 kroners prize money. That's like around 300 euros and about the same amount in dollars.
Well,
That's like
did you talk about the
insane.
Norwegian
It's
Cup now or Scan
Yeah,
Cup?
Norwegian Cup. Yeah.
No, there's no prize money in Norwegian Cup. I won 3 out of those. I got no money.
I think they started this year. Didrik
Oh,
Tunsit, I think, told me that they started this year.
Okay. Yeah, that
okay.
is new. Okay.
It's like in Beito as well. It's like supposed to be like super prestigious race, and when you win, you get a 500 krona voucher to go and buy some flowers at the
Yeah.
shop. They don't even give you the flowers. You have to go and buy them yourself.
It was unreal. It was unreal last year. I was so happy. I was like, yes, second proper podium internationally. It's like Biatlon, probably, or in my opinion, one of the races with the highest average level in top 10, because the Norwegians just need to be so damn good to qualify for the last 1 or 2 spots that's for grab for the World Cup. And you get out there on podium, you're fucking hyped, and then you look and you get like a gift card. I think it was like 25 euros gift card of a flower shop, and I was like, what the fuck? This is the highest level in cross-country skiing. And then you get a gift card of a flower shop. Like, I don't even have words for it. It just blew my mind.
But at the same time, it kind of represents exactly what it is. It's that race is nothing. The only honestly, it's not even Norwegian Cup. It's actually nothing, but it's just a selection to go to World Cup, and so every single Norwegian think they have a chance to go. So then they all fucking race, and then still like gonna be the 6 people that are on the national team that are gonna get to race. So,
but also talking about that race, talking about Beito, because I think that actually Beitostølen 2023 must have been the first time that I came over your name, because I think, were you one place ahead of me or one place behind me? I'm not sure anymore. Either you were 6th and I was 7th, or I was 7th and you were 8th.
I was 7th 1 year in the Norwegian. That was like the national championships, not the opening.
Yeah, but I'm talking about Beitostølen. Were you not super good in Beitostølen in 2023?
No, I think that was Johan Olav.
oh, Mika.
Yeah, it was both. It wasn't even you.
Yeah.
See, that's for me. It's like biathlete. It's like the same thing.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Yeah.
wait, but is Blink the first time you did super well in a cross-country skiing race? Then
Yeah, well, the winter before Blink, I came 7th on the national championships at Beitostølen. That was kind of my
Yeah.
best result before Blink.
But before that or prior to that, were you like just focusing on biathlon and
Yeah,
you knew like this is the thing I'm doing, I'm gonna be good in this, and then just out of curiosity you were like, oh, I don't have a race this weekend, I'll just join the cross country race, and then you all of a sudden were fucking good.
Yeah, that was kind of what happened. So, and it was I didn't expect what the results I got. So it came a little bit out of the blue. But I think a lot of cross-country skiers underestimate the level biathlon is at and the amount of training we are doing, because we do train a lot. With this new generation are just pushing the limits more and more, and the B team is in biathlon is probably in charge of that. And as we mentioned, Johan Olav is like pushing the limits crazy far. So, and the thing you have to remember is that we are training equally as much as the cross-country skiers, or even maybe slightly more, some of us. And at the same time, we have to shoot. So that is not an ideal situation, because we have a lot less time to restitute than you guys, because when you are going out on a 3-hour skating, that takes approximately 3 hours and 10 minutes because you have to drink. But if we are going to shoot and do a 3-hour session, that takes like 4 hours. at least, because we have to rig the range, we have to recharge the magazines, and we have to shoot. We have to do the zeroing, and then after we're finished, we have to do all the rigging back, like make the range look nice. So it's a lot of time that goes to waste, and that's a problem you guys don't have. So as of today, I was doing an interval, and the session was like 1.5 hours. But I was at the stadium for 2 hours and 15 minutes. So yeah, I think it's you guys. You have to give us some credit,
Yeah.
please. Serious problems, please.
I mean, to be honest, the only reason, and we've said that also multiple times, why we're hating on biathlon so much is because what IBU is doing with biathlon is just insane. Look in Germany. In Germany, biathlon is fucking religion, and like the amount of people that come to watch more or less every single race you do, it's something we can only dream of. I always say the worst thing that FIS or local organizers can do to us is organize a World Cup at a biathlon venue, because then like the week before there's been like 60,000 people in Oberhof, and then we raced there a week after, and then there's like 4 people that got stuck while they were walking their dog, and now they are forced to watch us. And so biathlon is doing fucking well, but still it's just biathlon, so we kind of have to hate on it. That's not our duty. That's like what we are here for.
That's our duty, our sacred duty. But going back to what you were saying, I feel like I remember we were talking to Johannes Dahle after he was on the podcast, Mika, and we were saying like we met him on the roller ski track, and he was I'm doing like 3 hours on the roller ski track. I'm just gonna do like 50 laps or something. Like he was just like going round and round and round and round, and that must be fucking boring as well. Like if you go for a 3-hour roller ski in Lillehammer, you have like 6 different loops you can do, but fuck, imagine just going around a roller ski track. That'd be boring.
Yeah, and I have to say I have completely stopped doing that.
Yeah,
That's the training I have stopped doing since I focus more on cross country this year, because it takes so much time to do a 3-hour combination session.
but also it's fucking hard work, because roller ski tracks are actually, the hills usually are quite big, and so like you have to go up them every single time, whereas when you get in a long loop, usually you can make it so it's not like too hilly. So yeah,
and I think also one thing is in our advantage is that we are skiing a lot with the rifle on our back, and that is approximately 3.5 kilos of extra weight, and I think that also makes biathletes quite strong. And if I was a cross country skier, I think I would have had some intervals with a weight vest, not necessarily.
But you are a cross country skier, mate.
Yeah, and I have had some intervals. Yeah, but only like 4 kilos, so it's not that much, but it makes a difference, I feel.
I think like 5-6 years ago, people were doing intervals with weight vests. I know the Muzzy, Tonset, and other guys in Trondheim used to do it, but it's kind of.
I think I saw Amundsen do it the other day.
Okay. It's kind of gone.
Or at least he posted a picture on it on Instagram.
Yeah, okay, crazy. It's gone a little bit out of fashion.
But one question, Einar. Can you give us a 2 or 3 minute breakdown on your training, your key focuses, what you try to do, how you try to improve, what you try to avoid? Or are you not willing to give us that luxury?
No, I can give you that luxury.
It's classified.
So we can take a normal week at Lillehammer, because in altitude it's a little bit different. But at Lillehammer I have usually quite a standard week, where Mondays and Fridays are double threshold. And the second session this year often have had like 20 to 30 minutes with L4. So I often have 1 hour under 3 lactate in the morning, and then the second session is like 10 minutes L3, and then 20 to 30 minutes L4. And then Tuesdays I try to train as much as I feel, like 5 to 6 hours, and the same on Wednesdays. And Thursdays I take the training really down, like 3.5 hours, just easy, some strength. I don't really do strength, but I have some core. I try to do 20 to 40 minutes core in the week. And then on Saturdays, I train a lot, like once again 5 to 6 hours. And on Sundays, I have rest days. So that's, and then I have a proper rest day, often 20 minutes with core, but that's the only thing.
So you don't go out and get smashed every Saturday night then?
No, but I could have.
Yeah.
Maybe I should.
Yeah, that's why you have a rest on Sunday.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually.
But yeah, you can ask some questions. I have something to follow up on that. But if you have some questions, Mika, go for it.
So you usually do your double thresholds. That means you do like 60 minutes in the morning of pure level 3, where you usually ski on the roller ski track as well. And then
a
in
lot
the
of
afternoon
hills.
you go to Møllefabrikken.
Yeah, well, it depends.
Lot
But
of hills
in
also.
the first session, I almost every time I join the team, and we have hills like, and some of the times we are doing some intervals in some of the laps in a roller ski track, but
Bjørkebeiner
yeah,
Stadium.
but not that much. And then second session,
Okay.
once a week I'm at Møllefabrikken, and the other session I do combination, so shooting and skiing.
Okay.
And yeah, you asked what I try to avoid. So the previous years I have done quite a lot of like these long trips, 5 hours in one session, and then have the afternoon free to do some other stuff like not train. But this year I've kind of tried to avoid that, try to have a 3 plus 3 hours in the morning and 2 hours in the afternoon, instead of doing everything in one session, because I feel like in the long term a 5-hour training session costs a little bit more, and if I divide them in 2, I feel like in the long term it gives me a little bit better progress. But I don't know, especially in altitude, then I never have these long sessions. But in when I'm home,
Yeah.
I do them sometimes, but I try. I did previous years.
Yeah. Okay.
But that means you actually train quite a lot, because when you add that up, then you easily get to 25 hours in an average week already.
Yeah, I almost never have less than 25 hours. I guess like 27, 28 is kind of a normal week, and but it do varies from 25 to 30.
Do you do like different volume, different load throughout the weeks, or is it like every week kind of the same setup?
Well, this year every week has been quite similar, because we have had these breaks with altitude. So
Yeah.
it's like I do the same weeks when I'm home, but then I have a little bit less training before altitude and a little bit less training when I go out of altitude. But I haven't really done so much different, and I have trained a lot, actually I've trained more in altitude than I have done home, because in altitude I have not that many rest days.
Okay.
So in like 3 weeks I have 2 of the 3 camps I had above 80 hours training in 3 weeks, and that's quite offensive, but we did
Yeah.
we did respond really well on the testing, so
Okay.
I think it works, but it's definitely that's modern altitude training, I feel like, because if you ask the old guys,
Yeah.
they are really not into that.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. And then how is your approach to fueling? Are you like super focused on fueling throughout sessions, or do you just eat a few Haribos and then be like, oh yeah, I probably have some grams now?
I don't count, but I do think about fueling a lot, yeah. So I don't count carbohydrates, but I try to be around 80 to 100 grams in the easy sessions, and the hard sessions I'm really focused on that. And I use a really strong sport mix in the fuel, in the drink, and also take some gels. So I actually, almost every hard session I have above 200 grams is every single session. So
Yeah.
that's just in the session, and right after I drink like this milk and chocolate mix, and get some carbs right after. So I probably like 250 to 300 grams if you count the carbohydrates I
Wow.
consumed throughout the session and after.
Yeah.
So that's
Crazy.
yeah, and
It's not that crazy, Mika. You easily have as much.
I mean,
it's not that
no,
hard.
I'm
Do
in easier sessions. I would say I'm higher, but in hard sessions, I think over 200 grams. I've never had that in my life. I think,
yeah, but it's not.
like
You misunderstood. I think he didn't say 200 grams
Okay.
per hour. 200 grams in the total session. So like if you do an hour,
yeah.
so like if you do 60 minutes threshold, that's like 60 minutes of threshold, and then like I don't know, at least 20-30 minutes warm up and 20 minutes cool down, right?
Yeah, so
Yeah, so
it's often like 1.5 hours, and well, probably like 200 is the lowest I go, so it's between
Yeah.
200 and 240, and that depends if
okay,
I take
yeah.
one gel or two
Yeah.
gels. But it's not that hard if you have a really strong mix on the
Yeah.
on the drinking belt, because I have 156 grams, I think. That's the drink mix I use.
Yeah.
So just on the drinking belt. So then you just take one or two gels as well, and then you are
Yeah.
above 200. So it's not that hard, but I really
Yeah, no, but then it's not that bad, because then it's like, what, 140 grams an hour in average, something like that, 150.
yeah.
That's way more relatable than 250 grams an hour.
But actually, this is going to be a good one to explain a bit to the listeners. So, for example, for those who don't know exactly how much carbs is, like 200 grams of carbs, usually a banana is about 20 to 25 grams of carbs. So you'd be like, if you had to eat that entirely in bananas, you'd be eating like 10 to 15 bananas.
Yeah, but
In 1.5 hours.
it's definitely easier to
Yeah.
consume the carbohydrates in
Yeah,
different ways.
Definitely. Right, we've got to ask you the question that we ask all our guests. If you had to do one session with two people in one place, who would you go with, where would you go, and what would you do?
Oh shit.
You should have been prepared for this one, because we've asked it every single one.
Yeah, I don't know, but I think I have to take Forume in France. Yeah. That's a beautiful place, and we've been there in an altitude camp this year.
Yes.
So I like that, and probably up. It's a hill there that's called Col de la Luz. It's not the one they cycle in Tour de France, but I like that hill.
Yeah.
And you have to get the goat Johannes Tignesbø in the session,
Yeah.
because I would love to train with him, and I actually would love to compete against him this year, even though he probably could have taken my place. Well, he does the life harder, because he also he takes international. It's so cool to have him on the starting list, so I would take him on the session. And the last one, I would take Mika, and try to get to know Mika a little bit better.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Try to like
try to
be in on some intervals and make him
Yeah.
feel a bit miserable for being beaten by a biathlete.
yeah, it would be fun.
Yeah.
We didn't get off to the best start
Good
in the
times,
ski
but-
interval, so try
Yeah.
again on roller skis.
Yeah. That's good.
It's just for people, so they understand why he's saying this. So he's getting dropped on every single interval that we were doing here in Livigno. But that was not because his lack of fitness. That was because he had the worst skis ever under his feet. Then he, in the second to last intervals, he takes a pair of skis of Karsten Westad, skis in the front, first downhill, turns around and just looks at me. And he's like, "What are you up to, bitch?"
Yeah, I hope it was the skis. We'll see this weekend, though. It's not
Yeah.
many days left.
It was definitely the skis, because the one interval where you did use proper skis, you were keeping up
Yeah.
easily and actually setting pace.
Okay, I have a good little
So-
Biathlon related story. This morning we were out skiing on the roller ski on the track, and lots of biathletes and lots of like shooting coaches and so on. And like Gabe looks at the girl skiing past, and he's like, "Oh, King of Trondheim." He's like, "Oh, imagine being a shooting coach, mate, that would be the fucking dream job. You're like looking at chicks standing in prone the whole time, and you've got binoculars to look at them. That dude is gonna be like arrested or something. Yeah, so that was amusing.
Yeah, I was talking to
Legends.
Gabe
What a
yesterday as well,
legend.
and he's living life at the moment, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been on the
Fucking
cover
model.
of this magazine called the Tatler magazine, and he was telling me like, oh, when he had a trip to London, and so they sell this Tatler magazine in every single like small shop, and so he'd go to the shop and like get the magazine and go to the cashier and be like, oh, but look, who's that on the picture? And like the dude would be like, oh, is that you? Are you known? Blah blah blah, and like have a conversation about it, and then like say, oh yeah, it's me, blah blah blah, and like talk, and then wouldn't buy the magazine and go and put it back. just there for the banter. He said he did that 3 times.
Yeah,
What a hero.
that's king things.
Yeah.
King things. Only the king of Trondheim can do
We
that.
can all do that when we finally
Only
get
king
on
of
some
Trondheim.
front cover of some magazine, but we're not quite there yet, unfortunately.
Einar Hedegaard's gonna do it when he tells both the cross-country and the biathlon coach to fuck off after the season opening and just goes and
I go
acts like a
Norwegian
model
Cup
instead.
Yeah. Going with
Much more
I go
fun.
home and go some local races at home
yeah.
in
That-
North.
That sounds like a good plan.
times. Good times. Right, we're over 50 minutes in. Einar, thanks for joining us. This was good fun. I somehow hope you do super well in biathlon, so you're not going to be in Beito and you're going to be less of a worry for us. But also, I really want to beat you in Beito, so I kind of do hope that I'm going to see you there.
I hope to see you there as well, and
Um,
I know that you are in shape, so I think it will be an interesting winter for you guys, and thank you
Yeah.
for having me.
Perfect. Like and subscribe.
Your number one skiing podcast. We're really good in not talking over each other as well. me and
Exactly.
Jamie. Right, Jamie, you get the outro then.
Your number 1 Nordic skiing podcast. Like and subscribe. Talk later. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.